personally, me being an older guy and understanding how it kind of unfolds, I saw him loosen up throughout the season. I saw him get closer to each and every guy throughout the season and talk more. And people will say that Marv's not a talkative guy. Well, people would have said the same thing about me my rookie year, because we come from a high expectation where we believe in ourselves and what we're supposed to do. And I think coming in as that 4th overall pick, you don't want to talk. You want to come in and prove yourself before you say anything.
Kyler Murray returns to the Diamond, of course, the Kyler Murray Foundation celebrity softball game going down May 17th. Can't wait for that. Bo Brack, Johnny Venerable, PHNX Cardinals, of course, the franchise quarterback himself, K1 hanging out here. Kyler, May 17th, laser show? What are we looking at here?
I'm honestly just trying to have fun. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself to come out here and be the guy that's the baseball guy. Obviously I am, but I'm not looking to go 3 for 3 with 2 home runs or anything like that. I just want to come here and have fun, give back, and give the crowd a good day, the fans a good day, good interactive session with everybody, and like I said, give back and have fun. That's my main goal.
Are you gonna be bouncing around playing all positions that day? What are we thinking?
I don't know, man. I might play a little bit of shortstop. I missed the infield. You know what I mean? But I'm assuming guys will be hitting rockets, so I don't know. I might need to be in the outfield. We're trying to win.
Who are you anticipating hit rockets? I mean, I know Trey McBride's got a little bit of a baseball background. Like, who are going to be the heavy hitters come May 17th?
Well, unfortunately, I think a lot of my friends have never swung a bat. But it's a softball, it's not like a baseball's coming out. So hopefully they'll be able to make some good contact. But, yeah, I'd probably have to give Trey probably the crown of all my boys that could swing it well.
We bought our gloves today, so if you want to get some practice and throw some shots at us, we'd be open to that.
I got you.
You probably don't know this. Like, down the road, I was a no-stick, no-glove catcher at Scottsdale
really?
College. Yeah.
Nice.
I hate that we're doing this
bench
already.
Warmer, but, like, I do remember, like, this brings back memories for me, just being here. Like, you see the dirt, the baseline, the grass. Like, what do you remember fondly about your baseball days?
Yeah, I don't want to start anything, but I went to opening day the other day. And I went with Trey Benson and Amari DiMarcado, and I told them that we're sitting in the stands, like we're sitting with the people, because I just wanted to feel the game, the atmosphere. And I truly felt like I should be out there still, you know what I mean? The Diamondbacks didn't have a great day that day, but it was just good, man. The atmosphere of baseball, like the tradition of it, the real what it really means to play the game of baseball. It's a beautiful game. Obviously, I know fans don't really love watching it too much, but I miss it. I do miss it. But again, I wouldn't trade what I'm doing for the world. I really just miss hitting home runs and having swag.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
You mentioned hitting home runs to your tight end, Trey McBride, now the highest paid tight end in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, when you saw that come down, what was your reaction?
I started screaming, just like the emotion and I know everything that he's put into it, to see where he's come from, the maturity. I remember when his rookie year, he was one of those guys, and this is no knock on Trey. It's everybody's rookie year. They come in wide-eyed, messing stuff up, making mistakes, not sure of themselves, kind of having that doubt. To see that from where he's been to now, where he's correcting guys, he's got he's helping me on the field just because he's one of those guys I can trust no matter what, giving me clues on what the defense is doing and stuff like that. Just to see the natural maturation of his career is a beautiful thing. I think personally, I feel like he's the best in the league. I feel like he's going to continue to grow, and I'm just glad that they were able to get that done, not only for me but for him. So it's really good to see.
We got to talk to Trey. He had his press conference after signing the big deal last week, and you could tell the emotion was there. Like when he talks about his journey, the adversity he faced, first tight end off the board, but then you got Ertz in the fold at that point. Yeah. He's not even active on his first career game, and then now he hurdles.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he says he doesn't want to hurdle, he hurdles Travis Kelce for highest paid in the league. It really is incredible. But like, doesn't it feel like him as a drafted and developed guy? It's just like there's going to be a new wave of those guys. Now it's like it's Trey, and then now there's a bunch of guys.
Yeah, and that's the beautiful thing is like it was weird to see Cardinals are paying, you know what I mean? Like I and again, it is what it is. But it was just something new and refreshing. Like like we got a guy that's fulfilled who we thought he was going to be. And he's only going to continue to get better. But to see that come across the ticker, I called him immediately. Obviously, he was on the golf course, but he hit me back. We had a great time on FaceTime, and it was just I said it's a beautiful thing to see your boys put the work in and get get paid for it.
I mean, you talk about James being re-signed, Buddha being re-signed, and then the robust offseason that this team has had, loading up on defense. Seems like the offense is like, let's run it back. We believe in this group. Defensively, let's load up Calais, Campbell, Josh Sweat. I mean, what do you make of these moves?
I'm a big fan personally. I think offensively, I mean, I agree with what we're doing. Obviously, we can continue to bulk up there. I love the playmaking, the skill positions that we have. And honestly, I think it comes down to being another system or being another year in the system and making plays when we need to make plays. Obviously, I think it's unfortunate the way the season ended. I felt like we should have been a playoff team. We didn't make plays in crucial moments when we needed to. I take a lot of blame in those situations. It's a team game, but at the end of the day, I believe who I am. Who I want to be. If I want to be who I want to be, I got to make plays in those moments, and I believe I will. And as far as like everyone else, we just got to continue to grow and get better, and I believe we will do that. So as far as the defensive side, we did add some great pieces. And I'm excited. I'm excited to go to war with these guys.
Calais Campbell, it was funny. Your paths never crossed in Arizona. Yeah. And it's almost kind of like the merging of two great eras of Cardinal football. It's like Calais with Ken Whisenhunt, Bruce Arians. Now you're in the fold with JG. Mm-hmm. What's it going to be like playing with 93? Yeah,
I mean, I put it on Instagram. I don't feel like he should have ever left. You got a guy like that. I could only imagine playing with him back in his heyday, when he was in his prime. To see a guy like that, I can only I just to let him walk out the door. I feel like that hurts, But obviously, I love that he came back and he's getting a running back with the Cardinals. I'm excited to see the impact that he has on the younger guys like D-Rob and everyone else that we're bringing in. But everywhere he's gone, he's impacted the team, in a great fashion. So I'm excited to see him do that for us as well.
You and the offense were in your bag that day against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
We were there live.
Yeah.
I mean, Calais was the best guy on the field on that defense.
Yeah, he almost stripped me. I personally that day, I didn't feel anyone over there, but it was a good day for us. It seemed easy when you're going out there and you're doing the things that we were doing that day. So, but he definitely made an impact that day.
Marv had a big game that day as well. I mean, you talk about the maturation process. You talk about Trey's first year to his second year. I mean, it's the question on everybody's mind. Like Marv, year two, what do you expect?
Yeah, like I said, I love being able to speak about my guys whenever there's rumors and stuff like that go around about them. But just I think something that's underrated is people don't understand. From each level that you jump, whether it's high school to college to the NFL, there's a level. There's a period where the game has to slow down for you, and I think me and Marv, or just Marv in general, the game had to slow down for him. I remember him. We had a conversation later in the year, week 10 or 11. He's like, bro, that the Buffalo game, when we played Buffalo, bro, the game was moving so fast for me, and I was like, well, shit, I didn't know that. I know y'all didn't know. Right. No one knew that. Everybody's talking about how he played and he drops and stuff like that. It's like, bro, the game has to slow down for him, you know what I mean? And once it does, everybody has that period of oh shit, it clicks, you know what I mean? And then at that point you take off, So I'm not worried about Marv, not one bit. I know he's going to be who he's supposed to be and who everybody thinks that he can be. I'm super excited for him. I'm super glad that he's on my team and that he's my receiver, because I know what he's capable of and I know how much he loves the game.
It's crazy to look at his season, and it's eerily close to his dad's as far as the numbers.
Yep.
It's a good year for a rookie player. Just people had crazy expectations. That's not, Marv's fault. But when you talk about that connection, we talk to you every Wednesday about that, but how do you connect with maybe Marv off the field? What's your guys' kind of thing that you guys?
Well, one, I don't think he didn't have the season he wanted to have.
Yeah.
Regardless of the expectations,
sure.
I definitely think that he could have had a better season. And he believes that too. But as far as how to connect with him off the field, I think personally, me being an older guy and understanding how it kind of unfolds, I saw him loosen up throughout the season. I saw him get closer to each and every guy throughout the season and talk more. And people will say that Marv's not a talkative guy. Well, people would have said the same thing about me my rookie year because we come from a high expectation where we believe in ourselves and what we're supposed to do. And I think coming in as that fourth overall pick, you don't want to talk. You want to come in and prove yourself before you say anything. And I think that's the approach that he was taking. So now that he is a staple, a guy for us, I believe he'll open up more. And I think that'll only do wonders for his game to be able to trust us, me and him, our connection, and the way we go about things. I've already heard him talk more, throughout this offseason than I ever heard him talk, the first half of the season. So I think it's going to be a great thing, and I think the swag that everybody wants to see, I think that'll come out naturally.
K1 in a league with so much turnover. You've got quarterbacks jumping from left to right, new teams. This is going to be, I don't know if you know this, you're going to be the longest tenured Arizona Cardinal quarterback since they moved to the desert, 7th year. Yeah. What does that mean to you?
Personally, it means a lot. But I haven't done it. I personally, I don't feel like I scratched the surface of what I can be and what I can do. 2021 was, like a glimpse. Obviously, halfway through the season, and I got hurt. I felt like I would have won the MVP if I didn't get hurt. I feel like the path that we were on that year with the team that we had, I thought we could have done great things. I got hurt, D-Hop got hurt, JJ got hurt. It was, it just kind of got the injury bug. And then, year 1, year 2, year 3 just doing this, and then year 4 was kind of a shitty year for us. So I had a lot of adversity, bring in JG, Monty, and I feel like, again, we're doing this. But, man, as far as the limp, I feel like, I haven't even scratched the surface. So that's, for me, is the exciting part. But at the end of the day, it's also a team game, and whether or not, we talk about as quarterback a winning stat, I don't, how do y'all feel about that?
I mean,
I don't necessarily buy into it. I'm more I think I'm with Mina Kimes, where I'm not pro quarterback as a winning stat. There's way more to it. And I thought Gannon said it in his end of the season press conference. It's it's not all on Kyler. It's not all on K1. It's we got to be better in different areas. I mean,
when Austin Ford and Gannon got control of the roster, you were coming off a torn ACL. I mean, they stripped it down. Yeah. And now it does. You bring up 2021. This offseason feels like going into that offseason.
Yeah, and I think I'm with you on that. Obviously, when you're a guy, when you're a franchise guy, and when you believe in yourself and, you've done things I've done in my whole career, and I think if you ask, the guys that everybody deems as those guys, they take it upon themselves to, the game is on me. And I do the same. Sure. But at the end of the day, we all understand this is football, and it's more to the game than just, we got Tom Brady. We got that. Tom Brady had a lot of great defense, a lot of help. Mm-hmm. Obviously, he's the GOAT, but I think he would tell you, it wasn't just him out there. You know what I mean? So, and this is no blame on him, but I'm just saying that it's more to it. We all collectively have to be better individually and make plays in the moments where it's biggest and brightest, and we haven't done that yet, and I haven't done that yet. So for me, that's frustrating. But at the same time, I know the sky's the limit for this state and this team and what we can accomplish here, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Not to disparage anything that has gone on in the past as far as this team goes, this organization goes, but we've seen the culture flip with Monty, with Jonathan Gannon. We've had personal conversations with Gannon, unbelievable guy. Was there a moment? Was there an acquisition or at any point where you're like, okay, this is a little different?
Yeah, I would say my first time meeting him. He had just come off the Super Bowl loss. I was in there rehabbing, and I want to say it was maybe less than a week after the loss. He came in on an interview, and at that point, I didn't know who JG was. I was kind of pulling for my guy, Vance.
Yeah.
And so JG comes in, I meet him, and instantly, I could tell he was a guy of high football IQ, the integrity that he's just the aura that he had. I understood I can't at that point I was okay. If he's the head coach, I'm completely okay with this. Because I could just tell by talking to a football guy you have that connection. And ever since, man, we just been I know no weird, we've been like this just ever since I met him. So he trusts me, I trust him. And then as far as the what'd you say? As far as the culture around the team and complete 180. And again, no knock on Cliff or anything in the past. It just, I think the direction of what he had and what, his mental, as far as him and Monty, the way they wanted to build it, I think they're executing it the way they wanted to do it versus, I feel like in the past it was just a little different.
You were the healthiest you've ever been in your NFL career last year. What do you attribute that to?
A lot of hard work. Obviously, I'm thankful for Dr. Cooper, Buddy, the training staff, to be able to, get me right, put me in a position to be where I want to be. And honestly, they say, the year 2 is the best year. Honestly, right now, how I feel right now is as if it never happened. Talking to Drew and Izzy, feeling like going into this year, man, I'll be able to do whatever I want to do. Like body-wise, I don't have to be, obviously I still have to warm up and do the things necessary, but there was times last year where I'd say Buffalo game. I remember I long scramble down the left sideline.
I remember it.
Yeah, and like literally from that point on, I was feeling something in my knee. And nobody knows this watching the game, but like it kind of affected me for the rest of that game. I feel like we should have won that game, and I feel like if I was still mobile, like what I was feeling was kind of limiting me for the rest of that game.
Yeah.
We came up short, but that's just something I had to deal with throughout this season that I feel like I won't have to this year. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I mean, the explosiveness was there. Charger run. San Francisco, the end around, the great play, holding up your number one finger. I mean, it's one of my favorite plays of the year. I mean, like, the people out there that are like, Kyler doesn't want to run or he wants to. Like, how do you dispel that? Because I just look at it, it's just part of the offense. Yeah,
I actually, conversations, and I don't want to get too scheme-based about it, but, like, I do feel like I have to run more next year. I'm open to running more next year just because it's such a weapon. It's such a weapon. It's defense it's like when I hand the ball off, obviously I hand the ball off to James. So it's not like, I hand the ball off to Trey. We're a very good, rushing team, which is a great thing. But when Lamar hands the ball off, everybody's like, you take it, you can relax.
Right.
Josh hands the ball off, you know what I mean? So I think for us, part of an emphasis going into the next season is conceptually on time. I feel like I'm one of the best in the league. Mm-hmm. I think where we get better is, making things happen outside the pocket when plays break down. I think we need to be better there. You look at Josh. I watched Josh and I watched Lamar. I watched the tape. Even Burrow does a really good job of making things happen when things break down. But that's where a lot of money's made. You know what I mean? Is scramble drill and making people hurt, making people pay when the play breaks down. And I think that's something that we didn't do very well. And I think we're very capable, especially with my ability to make things happen. So. That's an area where we need to get better because if you look at the Rams game, outside of the Rams game, I can't think of many plays like the play to Elijah, play broke down, touchdown. Marv's second touchdown, that was technically a scramble drill. He just took it upfield and we
played to ice the Miami Dolphins game.
Exactly. Like, so those are things that, with my ability and our receivers' ability, we have to be able to make people pay when the play breaks down. And because I'm not really worried about 3-step on time, 5-step on, like, we're doing that in our sleep. We'll continue to get better at that. But as far as like I said, making things happen off schedule, we have to be better at that because the best ones right now, that's where they're doing it. You know what I mean? So.
I mean, Josh, Lamar, those guys are those are the top rushing quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts, like, you're just right on the outside of that. Say, like, that's just silly.
It's not
7 yards per carry.
To me, it's not an ability thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's more so, obviously, health plays into effect. You never know how healthy a guy is. Week 10, week 11 into the season. I think the stat of like, Kyler rushes he rushes more first half of the season than he does second half of the season. There might be a little truth to that, because you're trying to stay healthy throughout the the year, and you get banged up and stuff like that. But no, I'm really next year definitely I feel like I have to be utilized more in the run game.
I don't know if you know this or not. On Twitter, social media, you're something like a draft connoisseur. Did you know that? Where
you don't have to tell me.
Cardinal fans are like, let Kyler pick the players. Like historically,
my hit rate is like 100% right now.
Okay, so knowing that, CeeDee Lamb, Creed Humphreys, guys that you've gone to bat for in the past. Is there anybody, and it doesn't even have to be Cardinal adjacent, is there anybody like that you like coming out this year?
Yeah, man. I mean, you want to break it down?
Yeah, let's do it. We're getting gross here. Let's do it.
Yeah, so what position are we talking?
Receiver, defensive line, running back.
Yeah, receivers, I'm not really no, I've watched them, obviously, but I don't think that's an area of need.
Let's go defensive line.
Yeah, defensive line. I've watched them all. I've watched them all. I think the Georgia guys are really good. You got the kid out of Ole Miss. He's really good. I think
Walter Nolan.
Yep, Walter. You got Derek. You got Harmon out of Oregon. There's a plethora of guys coming off the edge and interior that I like. Obviously, it's not my job,
right?
But
you're good at it.
I enjoy I literally dude, I'll sit down and get on YouTube and just go through the list, and just do the whole thing. Just because I love the game of football, and I kind of want to know what type of player are we getting, what I mean? And if I have a conversation with JG, which, I love to go to JG, Izzy, Drew, and just shoot the shit about the guys. You know, it's like who do y'all like? Vice versa. Obviously, Monty. It's at the end of the day, it's Monty's decision and JG, but I do enjoy doing it.
Have you ever done a mock draft?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I get on PFF and do the whole thing. Yeah. I mean, like we had
You're cooking it.
Literally, yeah. We had we have these we got the rookie visits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Today we had a couple guys in here. Just getting to talk shit to the guy. Like, I mean, they, like, I'm sure they were probably in middle school, or I don't even know how old they were when I was in high school or college, So we had Campbell today,
Oh, nice.
There was a couple other guys, but just the respect that is shown, and obviously, me being an older guy, I love to be able to just, kind of put my stamp on the guys and let them know, personally, I've watched them and how I feel about their games. I'm a big fan, but at the same time, just being a mutual respect there. That's it's just fun. It's fun and it's a great thing.
I thought you had another question.
I did.
To talk ball.
Well, talk ball here locally. Just down the road,
yeah.
ASU Cam Skattebo took a top 30 visit with the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, I met him.
Oh, how'd that go?
It was good. I think bigger than I thought. Bigger guy. Yeah, bigger guy than I thought. I saw he ran a 4.6, 4.62 or something. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
39.5-inch vert.
I think he's one of those guys where it's like, people want to do the whole measurables and all that stuff. He's a good football player. He's a damn good football. Like at the end of the day, if I was I'm trying to accumulate good football players.
Yeah.
If I can just have a team full of good football players, we will be a good football team. That it's not rocket science.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, you know what I mean. So that's my thought process on it all. Is like, you sometimes you over fixate on the guy that runs the 4.3 and it looks like a unicorn. It's just like, is he good at football? That's
Can he play?
Yes. Can he play football? Yeah. Yes. And you look at a guy like Debo. He went second round. If we redrafted, he's going first round that year. You know what I mean? Like DK. Like why did these guys? What I mean? It's just like there's tons of examples of that. But yeah,
why didn't the Cardinals take them? We ask those questions every day.
Well, also like Mike Wilson didn't put up a huge.
No, even Mike is a 1,000-yard receiver.
Yeah.
I truly believe Mike can have 1,000 yards and be very comparable to the guys that we see doing it year in year. But it's all about opportunity, staying healthy, and the connection that we have on the field. But Mike had 400, 500 yards in college. I watched 2 clips from him in the Senior Bowl, and I was like, oh yeah, immediately that guy, he's got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he can play receiver.
That over the shoulder catch against Seattle.
Yeah, like no, I mean that's an outfield being able to track.
Willie Mays.
Like, that's not easy.
Yeah.
And I don't you put the best ones out there on that certain play and see if they can. I don't know if they'll do it.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, so.
You're doing an incredible job, obviously, or ingratiating yourself in this community. We're excited about it. This softball, the celebrity softball thing is going to be great. We even remember when Marv gets drafted, like there's the video of you wearing the throwback, the Anquan Bolden jersey.
Yeah.
Is it overdue that we get a throwback for you guys?
Man, who are you? If it was up to me, we'd have all the jerseys. I got a lot of ideas, you know what I mean. But I love the throwbacks. I love tapping into that deep rooted Arizona culture.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the fans would love it as well, because why not? Like everybody loves a great vintage shirt. Like you see all these other teams around the league that are throwing it back. And I think if we were to kind of bring back the simplistic but like just powerful Arizona, deep rooted like that, it's a beautiful thing. I think
maybe a little state flag action.
You know what I mean? Yeah. The whites with the darker maroonish kind of pants with the stripes. I like it. You
guys took back home field advantage last year, 6-3 at home. I mean, you swept San Francisco in the finale. I know there's not like momentum in the NFL, but like, talk about this team in 2025 in the NFC West, getting to where you want to be.
Yeah, I think the sky's the limit. I think personally, man, like I've been like you said, year 7. So ever since I got into the league, like for me, I've seen the juggernauts. I played against Aaron Donald, Von Miller, and Leonard Floyd and Jalen Ramsey. Like, so when it comes to the best of the best, like at this point in my career, it's just about focusing on what we can control. Like as a younger guy, you kind of get lost into who you're playing, but like at this point in my career, it's just faceless opponents and focusing on who we are, how we go about what we go about, and executing on Sundays, Mondays, Thursdays, or whatever day it is, going out there and execute no matter who we're playing. But I truly believe, we should, and we should have the expectation to win the division. That's where it starts. Obviously, it's not going to be easy because 49ers had a down year. Will they come back? I believe so, regardless of whoever they lost. I feel like, there's the culture that they have over there. They're always gonna put up a good fight, whether they're good or not. Mm-hmm. That is we got to see. So the Seahawks and the Rams coached great. Play great defense as well as the 49ers. So this division has always been tough. So we got to go out there and do it.
I think that's probably one of the biggest misconceptions. You've entered the league in 2019. This division doesn't have down years.
No.
I mean, we're not going to name drop some other
I didn't
divisions.
know, growing up, I didn't watch the NFC West like that. I was but yeah, like you look at who's won the division over the last however many years, there's been a couple streaks, but for the most part, it's usually, pretty updated. You know what I mean? Like
you can make an argument when Pete Carroll was here, you were going up against 3 Hall of Fame coaches every time in the division.
And I mean, if you looked at the rosters, it wasn't really compared. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, mix that in with being a damn rookie and trying to, just trying to survive as a young guy. Trying to get better each and every week. So, dude, there's tons of things that we could sit here and talk about, but at the end of the day, we haven't got the job done. So.
You've already been so generous with your time. I'll just put this in there. Like, it was post-game, either the Bears beat down or the Jets beat down, and your foundation, you were on the field post-game with some vets. It was an unbelievable moment. You made those guys' day. I saw your family was proud to be there. You were proud to be there. I just think that the Kyler Murray Foundation, you guys are doing some incredible things, including this softball game. You can get tickets. Of course, you can find it. You got it on your
Instagram.
Yep, Instagram, K1, also Kyler Murray Foundation. So many avenues you can find it. We've got it at PHNX Sports. Make sure you're subscribed to K1's YouTube channel. Some fantastic stuff up there. Kyler, thank you so much.
Appreciate
man. Really
you.
enjoyed it.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, my guy. Appreciate you.